Good morning, Adam. Thank you very much for taking part in the Business Spotlight series. I'm going to hand it straight over to you to introduce yourself and what you do.
Yeah, well, thank you very much and good morning. So I'm Adam McCarthy. I'm the Director of Engineering Projects and Training Services, which is a consultancy which was born out of the railway. But our current focus is the EPTS Academy, which is focusing on training, whether that be bespoke training, which is built to individual needs of companies, of customers, or whether that be nationally accredited qualifications through City and Guilds for EV training. We also do have, for electric vehicles, we also have the electric vehicle charging and trainer assessor qualifications as well.
Brilliant. So when we say training, then you mentioned the EV. So it's training around roles for electric vehicles and the growth in that sector.
That is correct. So the first, the different levels, the first is more of an insight. Second, based around the safety. Third level is based around the actual removing, replacing of components, or getting into the hands-on of the vehicle. And then the fourth being all to do with the battery aspects, the fault finding, fault rectification. So it's been put there, or we've gone down that route to try and help an industry which at present is projected to have a shortage of about 25,000 people by the time we get to 2030.
Hmm. Yeah, so definitely a need for it if certain guidelines and things are going to be met, and everyone's going to have the cars that they want to have, etc. So tell me a bit more about the roles. Is there a wide variety of roles? Are there certain roles that you focus on more?
I think there's certainly, due to the very nature of these vehicles, there is a wide variety of roles that can be covered. Such things as your level one, where you're not physically getting involved with the vehicle while it's in a state of power or unpowered. You still have to have an understanding of what's there. So them type of roles you're looking at such roles as your body repair, your window replacements, things that are not as invasive. For your level two, you're looking more down the line of people who have got to, as part of their role, they're going to have the requirement to power up and power down to be able to isolate the vehicle. So such things as delivery drivers for the big retailers, for the big or for your groceries, are an area where these drivers are going to have to do checks at the beginning. They're going to have to get the vehicle powered up and get it ready to go out. But you also got stuff like emergency services, police, fire service, who are going to be going to incidents, accidents that have happened out on the road. They're going to have that understanding of being able to safely maneuver around that vehicle should there have been an incident. Your level three, you're looking to your electric vehicle technicians, somebody who's going to power up the systems, power them back down, somebody who's going to be getting hands on, taking off components, putting in new components, and having that physical and that invasive nature of being around that vehicle. And your level four, you're looking at your more advanced technicians who are going to be testing live voltages. They're going to be involved with it, not just while it's powered down, but while it's powered up, to figure out where faults are, what may have been damaged or being in a fault state, and also who are going to be the ones that remove and replace the batteries. So that's a bit of an overview of them different roles.
Yeah, there's definitely some different roles at different levels. So, and is this targeted more at individuals to come along to the academy, or more for large employers to put potential people through it?
We're looking across the spectrum. We are looking to firstly try and get some funding to be able to bring people who are in a position where they're in low income, or they're not in the they maybe don't have a role, or veterans who are struggling to come into roles. So we're looking from that aspect to try and get the funding element. We're also looking at individuals who want to change from one area to another, who want to advance their career. And we are looking, and we're trying to go out to companies, but for two different reasons with the companies. Firstly, to potentially bring in their staff, to train up their staff. But secondly, we want to create partnerships with these larger organisations, or even the smaller ones, who are looking to potentially have placements available. So to be able to, somebody who has come for a course, whether that be for a funded or a non-funded method, to give them the ability to potentially be able to step into a role at the end of the course, or at least get an interview to potentially go into that industry. So we're working on a number of things at once to try and bring an end-to-end solution for not just for the individual trainee, but for the larger companies as well.
Excellent. And it's obviously we know that it's a growth industry and that there are various targets to be achieved by 2030, for example. What are your goals for the company for yourself in the next 5 years?
We'd like to, as with most companies, we'd like to grow. We'd like to have the individuals coming through us and be able to place them. Our larger aspirations, certainly in 5 to 10 years, would be to start looking down the route of apprenticeships, of bringing in young people as well. It's a lot harder to do at the moment in time, but as we grow, we would like to be bringing young people through, using our knowledge and expertise across the company, which doesn't just sit in the EV industry, but our experiences through rail, through the military, and through other backgrounds as well. So the trainers that we have as associates at present, or new ones that we bring in, we want them to be able to offer an insight into different industries. So it gives a broader understanding to the people, to the apprentices in time who would be coming through. But we would like to grow into different areas as well. We're looking at a number of different industries, but again, it's going to be as and when we move forward.
Hmm. Excellent. So yeah, some good plans there, and good to hear some plans for helping young people too. It's nice to see sort of giving back and developing people. And I suppose on the other side of that, then, what would you see the challenges for the company moving forward?
I think firstly, with us being a new, in essence, in a training environment, there are a lot of established training companies out there. There are a lot of companies who they've got a lot more funding behind them. They've got a lot more clout. Uh, so for us, that's one thing out there that we need to be. How are we going to be different? What is it that we're trying to give to the different industries, not just the EV, but the EV to start with? And I think a lot of that from myself is looking at the people first, and it's we are there to help individuals. We're there to help them grow, support them, whether that be support during, before the course, in the build up, during the course, or even after. Our phone will be on, and if there are problems, if there are issues where people do need help, or just somebody to speak to, we want to be there, a support network to help individuals and even companies as well with difficult situations moving forward.
Great. That's great to find out more and see some more things that you can help with. And obviously, it's always an interesting time being a business owner, and it has been, I think, in the last couple of years, especially. What would you say has been the biggest learning you've had?
Oh, biggest. What I've got to say is most days of they can vary. One day can be extremely busy. You could have a number of different things that seem to be going in the right direction. Other days it can be really quiet and you not see anything. I think one of the key things that I've found this time is patience. I've always been someone who's wanted everything to be, I don't know, I want it now, I want to sort it now. And I think it's only natural. I'm human, and it's like most people. But I think the patience has been a big one for me in when things, wanting things to happen when I want them to happen doesn't necessarily mean that's right. But what I have found is I keep doing the work, keep working hard, and keep pushing the right doors, and things do start to happen, and things do start to take shape. So I think it's not losing heart and being patient.
Yeah, great advice. And what is it? What's the inspiration behind that that helps you to keep going when you're having one of those days where not so much is happening?
So this stems back to what's been my inspiration for many years. It's my little boy. He's he's always, as with all children, always happy, always smiling. And you look and you think the reason I started this in the first place was because of him. I wanted to give myself an opportunity to be able to say, well, do you know what? I can't work this week, or I can't work today because I'm taking my son to do this, or I'm spending time with him. And he has been for many years, and it's certainly it's grown more over the last few. But yeah, that's the nail on the head straight away.
That's brilliant. Yeah, I can relate to that. I've got a little one myself. That's nice to hear. Thank you for that. And look, as a final thing, is there any news or any offer you'd like to extend to the audience?
We do currently have a discounted courses, or we have a number of discounts available. We have a 25% off for individuals. We do have a 15% off for companies, or a 5 for 4 package. And if companies do take us up on the employment offer, then we would extend that to 8 people for 6. But the reason we've put these in place is to try and help people in what's been a difficult year, and to take off a little edge if there is that opportunity that they want to change, or if there is that want to change and look into an industry that might be better for them.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for that. I'm sure that'll be of interest to several companies. And so thank you very much for taking part. It's been great to find out about your business. It's obviously something that is needed and going to be a growth area moving forward. So we look forward to seeing what happens as we go forward.
No problem at all. Thank you very much for having me.